Hello, my lovelies. I want to talk today about position pieces, this book that I recommend for a lot of students, especially as you get near past grade 2 onto grade 3, grade 4. It's really a fantastic book for finding your way around the cello and understanding the geography of it. If you have any problems with understanding tones and semitones, make sure you watch the video that I made earlier. Ask me to send it to you if you haven't already received that one. If you're a little uncertain about tones and semitones, which the distance between notes, because it all correlates to how we finger the notes here. So I'm going to talk about page 3, upper target practice first. Upper second position target practice first, and I'm going to just demonstrate how you do these exercises and what to listen for. So the first row of exercises, I'll just do it now. You start on the open D string and you play a long steady D, and then the octave above you play your fourth finger on the A string. You make sure that they line up perfectly. If you hear that it's not quite right, then go back or forward. Moving if it's too high, pulling your hand back towards the head. If the note feels too low, pushing it up towards the bridge, and only move tiny amounts until you feel that it tunes in. Now, you don't need to, you can do it exactly like this if you're getting it almost right and you can tune in real time. But if you're just starting this exercise, don't be afraid of just taking your time and double stopping them. That's playing 2 strings at once. Or you know, moving around a little bit and just checking that it feels right. And then you go back to your open D string. And you can find the same note, exactly the same sound, with your second finger. So you're putting your second finger where your fourth was. Now, you'll notice that even if I just do this, I'm not moving my finger, I'm just rolling it backwards and forwards, I'm going to change the pitch. So what I'm looking for, this is an exercise in intonation or tuning, it's the same thing, and it's getting the pitch of the note, the sound of the note exactly in the middle. So we do that on each of the strings, starting on one string, moving to your fourth finger on the string above, and then the open string again, second finger. And once your hand has got your second finger on where your fourth finger was, that's you in second position. This book calls it upper second position. Okay? Now, that's the top row. The second row is of exercises. It becomes a little bit more complicated for some people. First thing to know is that the Roman numerals underneath the notes refer to your strings. Your A string is 1, your D string is 2, your G 3, and your C string is 4, which is IV in Roman numerals. So if you see that underneath the note, it's telling you, I want you to play this on this string. Okay, so we're looking for that same note D. This is the first exercise of the second row on page 3. They're looking for that same note D that we played here, but we're looking for it on our second string. How can we find it there? It says play it with the third finger, but it also has a 0. How can you play it with the third finger and yet play an open string? The answer is you play using harmonics. So you just touch the string and you'll get that open D. Now, hand position is so important here. Let there be a space under here. Don't raise your shoulder. I did there because I was showing you here. But raise your elbow so that there's kind of almost a straight line from your knuckles down to your elbow. Your wrist isn't up like this, and it's definitely don't come at it like this because you probably won't get there. If you get a noise like this, you're not quite hitting it right. So you're not pressing the string down, you're just touching. The other thing to remember about harmonics that's important is that you can only touch with one finger. If you touch with all your fingers on, you won't get the sound either. So whereas usually I say I'll leave all your fingers down, in this case, just touch with the one finger. So here's the D. first position. And you can hear I was a little bit sharp there. So, that's better. And then I go to second position with my second finger. And I'm listening all the time to make sure it's exactly in tune. And I do the same thing for the next two exercises, starting on the G string with the harmonic. And we do them slowly, 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 taking our time and just relax into it and let your ears warm up, let them hear what it is you're doing. Okay, that's all for now. I'm now going to make a little note on the piece skating, which is on page 5. So if you're working on that piece, make sure you get that video too. Okay, bye.